Hey, didn't you have some Jew drama in Phoenix?
Yeah.
What happened?
They protested our show.
Drama Llama.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Drama Llama's here.
Drama alert.
Drama Llama's good.
Drama llama ding dong.
The Drama Llama ding dong.
Here's what happened. Young comics, wherever you go, are the problem.
That's what happened in Seattle.
You encountered it. I encountered it. Magoobies canceled their show because young comics in Baltimore. We're doing a show called Stand Up for Israel. We're just trying to make people laugh and kill brown babies. That's
Just
all
trying
we're
to raise money for
killing
trying to
brown
raise
babies.
money for the
local
most
citizens.
powerful, richest nation in the entire world
they
besides
need
the
more
US.
help, right? Sometimes they're running short on bombs.
They need Judy Gold and Rich Voss's contribution.
Send them another $60.
Her name has Jew Gold in it.
So I guess the young comics there,
that was good.
they start
They're
snitching
with
us out.
Jew Gold and Rich.
Really good. Jew Gold Rich. And then it was the young comics. They started it, and then fucking they let the protesters know, and then
They protest. They
Tammy
showed
called.
up.
She's like, "We got to cancel." I go, "You can't cancel the show. It's a bad fucking look." I go, "You can't do this. People are doing this." I go, "Here, change the name to Badass Jews." And they did, and then the FIDF's not advertised on there anymore. And then people still, you could change the poster. We still know you're genocidal maniacs. And they
We're just trying to raise money to get Netanyahu a new suit.
Yeah, what's the fucking problem? So they showed it, like 40 of them showed up, and they're not allowed in front of the club in Phoenix because that's private property. But then they're so rebellious they walk.
How many were there?
Like 50.
50 is kind of a lot.
So what? Did you have any video of them?
Yeah, it's on my Instagram.
Please pull up the video
I
of
put it
Aaron
up.
on Aaron's Instagram. Poor Aaron. Cancel culture coming after Aaron.
And then in Toronto,
being a
it
Jew.
happened. Toronto, it happened. They tried to shut the show down. They were barricading, not letting people in.
They didn't look very intimidating in Toronto. It was like
No.
a lady with a mask and stuff.
Yeah, they all wear masks, like a lot of, and I'm like, COVID's over. I started yelling that, and then, but I didn't know what to expect
We ended
in
it.
Toronto. And then people
made
are
a
like,
call.
"This is an open carry state. Someone's gonna find you tonight, and you're gonna get what you deserve." And you're like, okay, so those are kind of death threats, you know? Not really.
Phoenix is pretty Jew heavy as a place, though.
Yeah, everywhere is
see.
pretty Jew heavy. And then we had to get extra security to warn.
This is all for you?
for the Israel. Yeah, they don't like Israel.
But this wasn't like a random protest. This is
Hey,
this
isn't
is
that
for
that
us.
guy that used to play guitar comedy at the the Village Underground?
But some of the people that started it were open micers. And I saw one of them at the club, and I called him out, and I go, "What are you doing, man?"
That is crazy when you're holding the sign, like protesting the show, and you're like, maybe I not got into the comedy for the wrong reasons.
And some of those are open micers, too. There's
Let these guys do their sillies for Zion.
Well, you guys be like, just do your show across the street.
That's what I said. I was like, no one's going to try and shut down your Kill Whitey show or your
Would you-
fucking make money for fucking Hamas show.
They do like a bumping mics, and when they bump them, they explode.
And I started yelling at them at the end because they got me real worked up. So I was like, "Free the hostages! Stop raping women!" And I was
Oh,
like,
so you got into it.
Yeah. The first one I didn't. Toronto I
Okay.
didn't. I just watched them smoking a cigar. But you start to get amped up. And then the people that come to the show are amped up because they walk through the protest. It's really
right.
good for shows. Protesting is really good for shows.
Yeah. Yeah.
You ever had it?
No.
Okay. Dave Smith got protested before.
You had a shirt on that said "Flatten Gaza" that didn't help.
Remax Gaza Division.
Yeah.
Dude, buy property. there.
What? So you
Move that exploding bus.
So you guys were gonna raise money for? Is that the idea? You were raising money for
The FIDF, Friends of the Israeli Defense Forces. But they call it the IOF, the Israeli Occupation Forces.
Do you, potato palaka?
Yeah. Nice.
Come on, guys.
That's
That's pretty
good.
good.
You know what a latke is? It's a potato pancake. Juicy.
Jews eat it.
Yeah.
Jews eat it.
It's pretty fucking good.
So you guys were raising money for this organization.
And for Rich Voss's golf.
They're raising money to get
Be honest, were you
vials of
giving them-
Palestinian
were you
blood. to
Very
drink.
small
Were
percentage.
you giving them just a small
Oh,
percentage?
yeah. We got to make our rate.
It's the kooky Israeli kid effort.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So you were using this cause to sell tickets, not even giving all the money to the cause.
Not all, no.
And now you're using the
Flights are
protesters to sell
expensive.
future tickets. You should be protesting.
Not
This
bad.
is the problem with Jews.
Thank you.
This is it.
We are
watching
so
it happen.
smart when it comes to promotion. Is that what you're saying? These people are fucking nerds. Like, you read them online and and then you see them in real life and you're like, oh, you rarely come out of your house. Like, they're real
I was
fucking
expecting
nerds.
like more of like a badass Middle Eastern guy, not like a college kid white chick.
Yeah, I want to fucking see a straight up beheading. I want to watch. Fucking,
That's what you think is going to show up.
I want them to
Allahu
drag
Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
like 9 fucking guys in fucking black turbans dragging Judy Gold out.
My knee! My fucking knee!
Fucking just hack her head off.
You dumb lesbian! Just start hacking at it. Boss is running and stuff.
Fucking gigantic Judy Gold head.
I mean, that'd get it done.
Yeah, it would-
I'd learn a lesson.
You'd sell more tickets. You'd sell more tickets for the next show. I'll tell you this much: no Judy, and you'd have a fucking.
Oh, they leave her head outside the club and look like the end of Planet of the Apes.
Have you ever thought about going to the guys and being like, listen, between me and you, they're not getting any of this money.
Guys, it's all just a sham.
You think they're getting any of this money?
But that was the problem. The day of, and I reached out to the guy.
I want to see the meeting between Rich and fucking.
They drop
Aaron.
off the $50.
They're like, dude, we can just give 5% and say that it's a show for them.
It was more than that. We sent a check for $3,000 the other day.
Okay.
So I mean, it's that should buy a few guns.
Yeah.
It's important. We're just trying to get the message out there. We just want to burn that place to the ground.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, no, that's like a whole round of cleaning of the cages they keep the Palestinians.
Yeah.
They're gonna like change the newspapers out.
So were a lot of people showing up for these shows?
Yeah. Good numbers.
Lots of Jews or Nazis?
Almost all Jews.
Is it weird when Jews and Nazis come together? It's a crazy time.
In Boca, we had 11 guns turned away. So people came in with guns, and we had armed
To kill
security.
you?
No, it's Jews bringing their own guns. Every Jew is buying guns now. This is
really?
It never happened before.
Yeah.
My brother, my dad. I mean, like, we're talking assault rifles.
Wow.
People don't like Jews.
They shoot quarters.
Oh, dude, yeah, Fega just did one of those weird libertarian things in the woods, and he sent me a picture, full Orthodox Jew curly cues with an automatic rifle on his
Peaky
back.
Blinders
Jews
guy.
are going
was
gun
hilarious.
crazy.
Really?
Jews are buying. I'm telling you, I never thought my brother would. And you're watching a big swing. Jews are like getting real conservative now. too.
When you check your gun in the airport, in your bag,
Yeah.
does that bag go through a 3D scanner?
I would imagine, but you can only
Then you
take the
wink at the
gun with you
person.
if you.
Well, because
have,
somebody offered to sell me an illegal gun this past where was I? Oh, maybe I was driving.
Dan Schneider's ranch.
Maybe
smell
Nerf
this.
gun.
Lewis, smell this. It's been inside someone. Someone tried to sell you. You don't need it. You could buy a legal gun. Why do you want to buy an illegal gun?
because it feels more badass.
Really?
I asked how many heads were on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you this. I would say don't fly with it, but I flew to Phoenix the other day. The guy I'm sitting next to, I don't want to dox him. He's a photographer. You would know who he is, and I can tell you off air.
Photographer.
A very well-known photographer. I'm sitting in first, and he
Is it the guy who?
He
Garth
doesn't want to dox
Richardson.
him, though.
I don't want to dox him. I'll tell you after because the story is going to a place that he probably doesn't want to know. He writes that he's drinking and we start talking and he knows some people I know. And then he writes a note about 4 hours into the flight on his phone. And
To you.
passes it to me and on notes. And it says, hey,
I'm gonna kill you, Jew.
I know you're sober. It's always been on my bucket list to do a
hijacking.
Here is a box cutter. You get first class. I'll get coach. Allahu Akbar.